Hello and welcome to the last and final lesson in the creation of our stock inventory management system. In this lesson, we're going to do some couple multiples of things like creating our that is the login form, and then let's say after creation of the login form, we then proceed ahead and then look at how we can create some search bars on some selected sheets, that is for searching of items in a couple on a list of sheets, and then or whatever in a list of items, names and all that. From there we then proceed and lock some of the selected cells we might not want them to be tempted or try editing them or whatsoever. Then from there finally we go ahead and look at how to hide some selected sheet that we don't want anybody to have access to. Then we go ahead and then hide them. So basically that is what we shall be doing in this lesson. So let's dive right into it. As usual, we are almost done with everything. As you can see, everything is just working perfectly. Things are also good, up and running without any issue and without any problem. So let's go ahead and go to our developer tab, and then there we go to Visual Basic. So in here we just locate our user form 1, which we have already created and reserved for our login form. So we just have to resize it this way, and then we go ahead and begin creating our form. The codes are there after creation. We then go ahead and copy and guide them, paste it, and then we keep it up and running without any issue, without any stress. So let's quickly look at that. First of all, we need maybe some heading here stuff, right? So let's just navigate to the product master. Let's select and then Control C to copy this. Then we can then close this one. Sorry, let's quickly go back to this, and then we can rather close this one, and then we can be a Control V to paste this. Then you can just adjust it. Sorry, you can then move it to the top here like this. Just need some heading stuffs and all that. That's all, nothing else. Good. Something like this. Yes, that's it. Well, once again, good. So here we can go ahead and then edit this. So we come to caption and say enter your login details, right? Something like that. So enter. Sorry. And just undo my action. Okay, let's see. The caption here, caption. Oh, let's check. Okay, so we have our caption here now. So we say enter your login details, right? Something like that stuff. Good. Right, it seems to me that is a bit too big, so we can just decrease the font size. So we navigate to our font location and then do that. So let's watch it whilst it comes this way. So let's scroll up and then choose like, let's say 14, and then let's click on OK. I think this is kind of good, right? This is okay. So enter your login details and stuff. So that is that. So we can just click inside this form like this, and then we go to special effect and choose as usual sunken, something like that stuff. Good. So we have this. So we can still decrease it a bit. Good. Increase it rather. So I think let's run it and see. This is kind of good. So we just need to create our labels as well as our text boxes, where we shall be entering our usernames and then the password. So we see, so we can then edit this. So just say user name, something like that. Then we are done with that. Let's decrease it a bit. Select it. Sorry, just select Control C, Control V to paste it. Then we can paste this one this way. Then we just change the caption to what? Password. Now I think we are done with that as well. So we can just select the two of them. We go to fonts and format them appropriately the way we want. So I would like to take let's say font size should be let's say okay, 12 is kind of good. We want to bold it and then choose Times New Roman. And we click on this code. So now let's look for the back style, and then we make it transparent. Good. I think this is kind of good. Now let's select the form and then choose the back color of the form. What color do we prefer here? So any color at all that you choose, you can just go ahead and then use it without any problem. Let's see if I can go with this what color here. It's kind of good for me. This color good. Okay, this is kind of good for me. This is okay. So I'll just let's run it again and see. Good. I think this is kind of good, right? I think it's okay without any problem. So we then go ahead and add our text boxes now. So select this and then just get your text box here. That is for your username, and then we select it again, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and we get our password. Text box here as well. So I think we have the two. So now let's just select this and then move all of them to have them in the middle center, right? Let's move them a bit again. I think this is kind of good. Now we need our button. Just click and then I think everything should be whatever design you prefer to add. You can go and then add that here. That is your business. So let's look for the control button, right? So we just drag it over this. We get our control button here up and running. Or something like that stuff. So now let's edit it. Let's edit the caption. So we just make it call it we say login. Good. So I think we can format it appropriately by going to the font panel. So font will come this way. Choose font. We would want to bold it in Times New Roman, then the font size should be something like 12. Then okay, so we can just make it a bit smaller. And have it center here. I think so. Kind of good. This is okay. Good. I think in order not to make a, let's move this one so that we have this in the middle. Then the login, this two comes to the middle as well. That will look okay, but that will look the best. And this is okay. Right. Good. So I think that's okay. So now let's select this, select that, and then choose. We come to special effects, right? Let's choose something like this. And this is kind of good. So select this, then we move it a bit away from this. Then select this, then we try to close it up a bit. Good. I think this is okay. Our form is up and running, so let's debug it once again to see good. So we have this, and then we can type whatever we want here. So I think we can do something about the form. Just select this and then control on the keyboard, select this as well. Now let's check on the font stuff. So we go to the fonts panel once again. We would want the font inside to be bold, then it's okay. Then Times New Roman, then the size should be at least like 9, then it's okay. So let's run it once again and check. So this is okay. Now we wouldn't want our password to show, right? So we select this and we go to password char. Then we just type hash here. Sorry, that is Shift 8, and then you have your hash here. So whatever we type inside here, it's not going to be seen. That's okay. So everything is now working perfectly. So we can now paste our code here, and then we have our form, login form up and running. So we can just double click to open this. Then we can clear this. We can then minimize this and then minimize that as well. So we come to our this, and then let's look for a file here called login form codes, right? So double click to open it, then Control A to select, Control C to copy. Then we quickly, you can just at least even close it here. You can close it. Then we then go to our form here and then paste it here. Control V. You can save it. Then yes, okay. Then you can then close this and then okay. This is okay. So we check here and then let's sorry. These are from 1 rather. This. So let's run it again, debug it. So I think everything is not working perfectly. Now we want it in a way that the moment we log in or we launch our workbook, we want the form to pop up to prompt the user to enter their what's the name, username and then the password before they can log in. Now let's change the caption of our form now. So to do that, so make sure the form is selected. Let's change the caption. Let's look for caption. Say user form 1. Let's change it to what? Login form, something like that. Login form. Good. So we have that. Sorry, it's not well spelled. So let me confirm that as well. Login form user. This is caption once again. This is it. Here. So we have that up and run login form. This is it. So what I'm talking about is that the moment we launch our or we open our workbook, we want it to pop up to prompt the user to enter username as well as the password before the user logs in, and then that is that. Now before we do that, let's quickly check on something. When we pasted our codes, by default I just created this, and then I decided to set username as admin and then password as 1000. So if you want to change your username and password, you can do that here. You can come to the source code here and then change whatever you want to change as your username here, and then you change the whatever you want to change here as your password. Or basically that is that. So I don't think there is any problem here. So if user ID is equal to what, admin, and then password equal to 1000, then we want this message to show and say that was the name login successful, and then basically that is that without any problem. So let's check on that. Now we can then close this, and then let's debug it once again. So let's type our username, say admin, and the password is 1000. So let's debug it and see. Okay, login successful. It's working perfectly. Now like I said, we want it that when we launch it, the username pops up, right? So to do that, we can just close this now. Let's look for this workbook. Double click this to open this, and then let's go back to our codes, and then look for this workbook codes, this one. Select whatever you have here, Control A to select, Control C to copy it, and then you can then close this. You can come back here and then Control V to paste it, and then you can save it now. Let's save it, and then let's close it, and then come back to this and see. So now let's try relaunching our file and see what's going to happen now. Good. So it's now prompting us to what? Login. So you go ahead and then login, admin, 1000, then successful. So now there we go, inside our form, and everything is working perfectly without any problem, without any issue. So now let's proceed and see. We will come back and then lock whatever I want to lock here. If that is what we want it, we do that. Now, but before we do that, let's go ahead and see. We want to work on this. Let's see something here. I think let me check. Is it items? Now here we are going to be updating some stuffs here. We are going to be updating the item description as well as the quantity, but then we are not going to be updating the sales price and then the item type and all that, because they are referred from what? The product master sheet. So we are not going to try editing or attempting anything here. So we need to protect this and protect this column as well, column A and then column D, so that we can then edit this. And so to do that, we just have to select where we would like to be editing or maybe doing some changes that we want to do. So just select that. Make sure you select these two columns B and C up to the last item. Let's proceed to the last item. So now what's going to happen here is this: by default all our cells are locked. For you to be able to leave some of them unlocked and then lock the sheets whilst you can still edit those cells, select where you want to be doing the editing and then right click, and then you go to what? Format cells. On the format cells tab, you choose protection and make sure this is unchecked. So we are going to what? Deselect this and then to unlock that. So we just click on OK. So this particular side is unlocked. Now we just go ahead, right click on this and go to protect sheets. So we just choose your password. Then you confirm it. Good. So now we are done. We can edit here, do whatever you want. But when we come here, we can't edit anything here. We come here, we can't edit anything here. So that is how we want it. So we are done with that as well. So we can Control S to save our work. Now the last thing we need to do is let's navigate straight to our product master sheet. But before we do that, let's look for the what's the name of the sheet? Let me check and see if I can get the name of the sheet. Report. Now this report sheet, we would like to to hide it, right? Now to do that, we don't want, because of this particular form letter, we don't want anything to be edited in them. So let's go to developer tab and then choose this. Now let's locate the sheet we call report. Select it and come to visible and then set it to hidden. So now we are done with that. Now when we go back to our tabs, we wouldn't see let's see, it's a visible. Let's choose hidden rather. Sorry, visible. Why is it not selected? Okay, so let's choose this and let's see. It's hidden. Now let me check it and see if it's hidden. Report. Okay, it's like I've made a little mistake there. Let me just go back there and choose this rather and not that. So let's go back there and see something now. What's going on here? Okay, let me just undo my actions here now. Okay, no, let me redo this, please. Don't undo it, please. You can leave yours. I'm just trying to check something here. Let me figure that out, then we proceed. Okay, this is still protected. This is still protected. Now let me work around this and see what's going to happen here. Let's quickly go back to, let's be on the developer tab once again, and we go to and then make sure, sorry, let's go back there, make sure that particular, developer tab, come to this, and then make sure that the sheet report, this particular sheet, is selected. So you just come back here now and choose. So it's hidden, right? Yeah, we set it to hidden. So if we should select it now, it should be hidden. So I think that is that. It's like when I did that, I made another mistake again somewhere. So sorry. Let me confirm that as well and see. After choosing that once, I mistakenly choose another thing which has disabled this, so I can navigate to scroll and get my sheets, the rest of the sheet, right? So it's like I've hidden them. Now let me quickly go and show. It's like I've hidden most of the sheets. That's what I'm seeing here. So let me quickly go back there and see if I can check out those sheets and then unhide them. Sorry, share the developer tab, the Visual Basic here. Let me check on the sheet one after the other. The home one is visible, right? It's not, so it's visible. It should be visible here. It's hidden. That was the mistake I made. After choosing this is visible, this is visible, this is visible, visible here, visible here, visible here. So to hide and show whatever, this is how it is done. Let me make it visible. After selecting the first one, I thought it was not selected, so I kept choosing hidden, so not knowing it was selecting the following sheets and it was hiding them, and that is not what I want. So this report, we set it to hidden. Invoice should be shown, so we want it visible, so choose visible. Invoice list is also hidden. You can see that was the mistake I made. So then that is, I think we are done with that. Now they should all show now. I think good. Now everything is now working perfectly without our reports, which is now hidden. So I think we are done with that as well. This cannot be edited. This as well cannot be edited. This can be, let's see, this one can be edited, and then that is that. So now we are done with that. Now the next thing we are going to wrap up with is the search. We need a search bar here for searching in case we have a lot of or plenty items here. We would want to, maybe in case you want to search for a particular item and check whatever you want to check about it. Let's create a very simple search bar here. Let me check on this one as well and see something here. Yeah, I don't think we need anything like that stuff. So if there is a need to, after creating the first one, you can go ahead and use the same. So to do that, let's just select the following and then merge it here. Let's just select this. Let's merge it. Go to home tab, then merge and center. Now let's choose this particular cell styles here and choose this particular heading here. So I think we have something like this. Good for our search bar. Now let's come here and then create now to do that, I think do we copy this? No, we shouldn't copy this. Let's create our own what's the name, insect. So we go to shapes and get a simple shape here. And then this, have it here like this, like this. Good. Right click on it and you go to edit text, then you just type search. So that becomes our search. You can just maybe make it a bit nicer by combining some few stuffs here. I think this is kind of good. You can select this and go to home tab, and then you want to choose Times New Roman. You just prefer typing it Times New Roman, and then we would want to decrease the font size to make it fit inside, and we would want to bold it again. I think this is kind of good. This looks okay. Now here we are going to this is where we're going to be typing whatever we want to search from this list of items, and then we click on this and we get it what searched for. So to do that, let's just select this. Let's select this, excluding the headings here. We're going to just select from what? So A2 to the last item. In case you have multiple items here, you have to what? Maybe select everything, right? You have to do that. Or since we have a lot of items here, why not selecting the whole thing? So to the last item you have, you just have to select to the last item of yours. You should know the row number of the number of items you have in your system. So that you just have to do that. It's very important. So let me just end it here. So you have to select to the last item of yours to do that. So whatever item you have in this range and you search for it, you can have it shown there. So from there, you proceed and go to conditional formatting, and we come to new rule, then we come to use formula to determine. So here, just type some formula to equal to, and just type search. Right after search, then just open your brackets, and then you click on this as your reference, then just introduce comma, then after that you introduce a dollar sign. After the dollar sign, you're going to introduce call on the first column, that is a cell B2 here, that is where the laptop is. So you just type B2, then you introduce this what's the name of it? Is it the ampersand? This one. And then after that you introduce another dollar sign again, and then C2, then you introduce the ampersand again, then the dollar sign again, and then the D2. And I think you can close your brackets. Then after I go to format, then we check on fonts. With the font color, we want it to be what? White. Font color should be white. With the fill, that is the background color of the item that we want to search for, should be maybe red, something like this stuff. And then you click on OK. And click on format. Click on OK. So now too many argument rights, like there's something wrong with my formula. Let me just confirm that. Oh, okay. So here shouldn't be, it should be the dollar sign rather. So the dollar sign here. Good. I think that's okay. So this should work perfectly. The reason why it's like this is because this particular reference is blank. Let's check something. Let's type laptop and see something. Laptop. So let me just type only lap. You realize that the laptop is selected. Let me search for mouse. See that the mouse is also selected. If you have a lot of names of mice in many rows, all will be selected like that in that order. So whatever. So that is that. Then let's look for keyboard. So we just go to this, and then we see that. So now the thing is this: based on the rule that we have set there using that formula, when this cell is left blank, everything is going to be red for now. So to do away with that, let's reselect it again up to the last item of yours once again. Then after that, let's quickly go back to conditional formatting again. Then we come to manage rules. Then here you choose this worksheet. Then after that you come to edit rules. So here we're going to edit something. So in between the equal sign and the search, we're going to introduce the if statement. So you say if, then you open your bracket again, and you type is blank. All should be one word. It's blank. All we are saying is this: if word is blank, if this, so you just open your bracket. You can now select this again. What we are saying is if this particular cell or this particular reference is blank, you want something to happen, then you can close the brackets now. Then you just introduce comma, then 0, then comma, then from there you just come and close another bracket here. If it is blank, we don't want the formatting we have applied to be applied on the rows or the items. We want it to what? Plain until we search for a particular item. That is when the item can be selected, and then we can do whatever we want with it. So after that, just click on OK and apply rule, then OK. So you can see that everything is now working. It's now good. So we search for laptop now. See that it's working perfectly. So if it is blank, then there's nothing going on. Let's search for VGA. We say VGA. Then when you just type VG, it should be there popping up for you to do whatever you want to do with it. After this, you can just Control S to see. Now what we need to do is we need to click on this before that works, right? This is going to record some short macro, and then from there we then proceed and then use it to let's say do that. So to do that, let's quickly click on this button. So let's name the macro to be something like, let's say search search, right? That should be the name of the macro. And the moment I click on OK, it's recording, right? I'll just do one thing, then I'll stop the recording, and I'll apply the macro on this. So whatever activity I do after pressing this OK means it's going to be recorded into this name called search in the macro. So let me just click on OK. So it's been recorded. You can see here, whatever I do here is going to be recorded. So let me just click on one cell like this. So it means I'm done with the recording, so I can stop it. So now I've stopped. So let's right click on this and assign macro to, so we say assign macro. So here you just choose the search and then click on OK. So we have assigned macro. So whatever we type here now and say, let's say game, and it's selected. Sorry, I don't want to do that, right? Let's type, let's say game again. Let me just go game. So you can see that nothing happens. When I click on this, it will select the game now. It means it has just searched for it. So everything is now working. So let me just search for another thing. Let's say laptop. Then it will not select it until I click on this, then it's searched for. So basically I think that is everything is now working perfectly and up and running. So we can control S to save our work, and then I think we are done. Our system is up and running, working without any issue, without any problem. So here, if you would want to maybe lock your sheets, you can go ahead and do that without any problem. You can lock them whatever you want. You can lock and then do whatever you want to do with that, just to protect them. So I think basically that is that we are done with everything without any problem, without any stress. So I say I would like to end here, but before I end, why don't we go home and then do some addition of try selling some items, right, or adding or whatever you want to do with that. So we can go to inventory forms and navigate to that. So why is my profit and everything here blank? Something happening, right? I think have I sold something? Let me just check on this. Nothing. So I haven't sold anything. I haven't purchased anything. Okay, it's going on. Just check on this purchase product. So product, let me confirm this. Stock value is selected. Purchase, nothing here. Okay, it's like why don't we clear everything? So now let's check on something, right? If we are done, let's say we want to package our system. I don't know why the hell what is happening here right now, but what is going to happen right now is this: we're going to clear these things and then re-enter new items. So to do that, let's just go to this way and then let's just select this. After selecting it, as usual, you go to remove, then you clear them. That is the product master, right, or whatever. So here you can select them as well. You can remove item, right? We are done here. So here too we can select them. You can then let's see, remove item. You come to this one as well. Whatever, you can leave it. This one as well. This is, so we can also select it like this. Then we remove item. And with the invoice, let's go to invoice list here. I think we can maintain that. I don't want anything to okay, here as well, if we like, we can still remove item and keep our system very clean, right? So this is the invoice lists for our let me see. So here as well, we can remove them so that we start everything afresh, right? Like I said, invoice items, we can clear them once again. So just select this and remove them here as well. Be very careful and make sure you don't select the headings as well. Just make sure the headings are maintained. Be very careful when selecting, and you remove that as well. Then we come to customers. Here we leave that as well. So here as well, we're going to leave this, or we're going to we'll be editing this, we'll be updating this. So this, it doesn't matter, they can be here, or we can choose to also remove them as well. So just right click and then clear items here, clear content. So here we can't do anything. Let me see, but we can't edit anything here. So basically that is that. I think everything is working perfectly. So now let's go back to home and then check on our system now. So we can see that everything has now turned to zeros and blanks without any problem. So to add whatever I want to add, click on this product master. What items I'm going to be selling are maybe books and pens, like stationery, right? Let's see, Akiola mass, right? The purchase price is maybe 20 Ghana. I would want to sell it at maybe 25 cedis. Then go ahead and add it. And the next item is let's say Eco Series ICT. Then purchase price is maybe 25 cedis. I want to sell it at 30 cedis. We add that as well. And the last item, just to make things simple and short, without any problem, without any stress, the last item is going to be something like let's say there was one textbook I love so much back at senior high. Forgive me, let me try and recollect the name, please. Kai, holy shit. Is it approach? No, that is not approach series. Okay, let me use a. Hi. Okay. Approaches series. That is a. Is it? Let me just use the subject chemistry. Sorry, chemistry. Right, and the purchase price is, let's say, 40 cedis. I would want to sell it at maybe 50 cedis, right? So to get something on it, so we add it. Done with that. If you want to export it, we can export, but now we don't need that, so we can close that and then go to the save. So now we are done. So now everything is now 000. But then, why don't we then go ahead and then add them to our system? So to do that, we come to our sale purchase transaction session and then choose the first item. How many quantity did we buy? Let's say 30 pieces of what? Akiola marks. Then the transaction is purchase, so we choose purchase and we add it. So you can see that our purchase data is updated, inventory updated, inventory quantity, inventory amount, everything is updated, right? The second item on the list is what? Let's say Eco Series ICT. Quantity we bought, let's say 20 pieces, right? So transaction is purchase once again, so we do that and then we add it as well. Perfect. Updated. Then the last item is going to be a purchase series. Then the transaction is purchase. Quantity is, let's say 10. You can then go ahead and add that as well. And everything is now updated. So 10, 20, making 30 plus 30, 60. Inventory quantity is now 60. Inventory amount is 1,850. Then the profit 0, sales 0, and purchase data is also 1,500. That is the amount we spend and buying. So together with our profit, we get this as well here. So basically, so let's go ahead and do some sellings here. So product, Akiola Max, how many quantity, how many pieces have we sold? Let's say we sold 10. Transaction is sale. So we add this and then we get to realize that our profit sale is updated. And then let's proceed and check on the next item. There's an Eco Series. We sold, let's say 13 pieces. Now be checking the number as well. See that whatever we sell, it reduces. So we just use Eco Series, right? Eco Series for now is 20, so we're going to sell 13. So transaction is sale. After that, see that the number reduces back to what? 7. So basically that is that. So I think everything is now working. We can export this into Excel and then do whatever we want with it. So we can just we don't want it now, so you can close this as well. You can save it here and then click on OK, and everything is done, saved successfully. So basically, I think that is that. Everything is now working and then up and running without any problem, without any stress, without any issue. So I think without much ado, I think we'd like to end here and then say thank you very much for watching. If there is any question, any problem, any issue, you can throw it, and then let's try exporting this as well. It's working perfect. Problem. Let's search for whatever. Let's say equal E. Just refresh, and this is goes out with the E. So let's add A to this. Then we have only this one. So basically, I think that is that. Basically, that is everything is working perfectly. It's just that this seems to be hiding. We can just adjust the column of it. So to do that, and then maybe reduce the font size. So we can just do that. It's not any problem. You can save this and then go ahead and do that. So we need to go to our master form. So we go back to our developer tab with Visual Basic, and that what is the name of the goddamn form? It's called the FR Inventory Management. So you select this one and then you go to the fonts panel. So even the times new, so we choose the font, some small fonts like 9, and then what else? Just okay, and then the next thing is the row, column headings, and then all that. Okay, we have defined that in there. Okay, let me quickly go to the source code of that and then check on that. Okay, to do that, let me just to make things simple, why don't you just double click this, then we have all the shit. Is this right? Yeah, that is it. This box one, right? I think we look for that. Codes are very lengthy. Is that the list box one? No, that is not it. I think I think that's the list box 2. $90. So I think let me increase this to 100. Increase this to 100. So you can just Control S to save this. And then we can then debug it here in the system. So I think it has increased a bit. Just that, and then the font we have decreased. So you can still readjust it. Go back there and readjust it. Maybe you can make this one a bit smaller. Like that. So I think that is that. So you can just go back to the source code, what you just saw me doing. You can go ahead and do exactly the same thing, and everything should be working perfectly without any problem, without any issue. I say thank you very much for watching, and thank you for joining us, and I pray that everybody have access to these videos, and then you should be able to follow all the instructions and make sure that you get everything up and running on your systems without any problem, without any stress. So we meet again in another training, one of the powerful training I'm planning for, one of the training you can't afford to miss. For we said we have created a school management system, and then a lot of comments on the system, a lot of questions have been thrown. So I decided to sit down and redraw a master, one of the best school management system you can't afford to miss in your school. Trust me, I'm here to roll out a complete course on how to create it. So till then, say thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.